In Sudan, a massive recovery effort continues after a landslide buried an entire village in the country's western region of Darfur on Sunday. Rebel forces estimate 1,000 people died in Tarasin in the remote Marrah Mountains. The Sudan Liberation Movement says it has appealed to the United Nations and other international aid groups for immediate help. Weeks of heavy rain triggered the landslide. Well, journalist Naba Mohiedeen joins me now from Khartoum. Naba, what more can you tell us about this tragedy in Darfur, and how hard is it to get information on the ground there?
Is beyond dire because of the recent painful incident of the landslide that took place on August 31st, but it was only announced on Monday. It was announced by Sudan's Liberation Movement, Abdul Wahid Mohammed Noor division, and the leadership of Abdul Wahid Mohammed Noor, and also the Sudanese Sovereign Council and the Federal government of RSF said they will vow. They are vowing to provide help for people who are in need. The situation in Darfur generally is beyond dire because of the conflict. RSF are controlling 4 states out of 5 states in Darfur and 6 localities out of 8 localities in Jabal Marrah. Rescue workers are still looking for dead bodies, and people are helping to bury people who were killed by these recent landslides from villages around, and there is a risk of a recurrence of such painful incidents, if certain security measures are not taken by international organizations and be facilitated by the Sudanese government and rebel groups in the area. The situation is beyond dire, and there is no communication with people on ground because it's a remote area and has been under control of rebel groups for decades. But all of the statements by the SLM,
If you could, let me ask you, the rebel group, the Sudanese Liberation Movement, or the SLM, that controls the area, it has called for international help in dealing with this disaster. I mean, what do we know about the SLM? Is this a group that will let aid in if aid arrives?
Actually, Sudan's Liberation Movement is a rebel group under the control of leadership of the comrade Abdul Wahid Mohammed Noor. It has been battling the Sudanese central government for decades, and now the area is controlled even by RSF, the new battle militia that was battling most of Darfur components for decades. So yes, if there is aid by international community and organizations, SLM and RSF and also the Sudanese government vowed to facilitate aid, but there is no guarantees that this aid can be reached, because we saw during the Sudanese civil war that aid workers and aid organizations were targeted by the conflict, were looted and attacked by RSF in different Darfur states. So most of aid workers and United Nations agencies need guarantees by RSF and rebel groups so they can help those in need.
We know that the rainy season is just starting in Sudan. Are we expecting the situation to get worse? Could we see more disasters like this?
Yes, the rainy season indeed started in Sudan for a few weeks. It's one of the worst rainy seasons ever. River Nile State, Northern State, eastern parts of the country, even Khartoum State, where I'm relocated right now, are witnessing heavy rains, torrential rains, and floodings. Tens of people were killed in River Nile and Northern State by the recent rainy season. In Darfur particular, the geological formation of Jabal Marrah and Marrah Mountains are volcanic rocks, which is very vulnerable to landslides. So we are expecting more catastrophic unless security procedures were taken urgently.
Journalist Naba Mohiedeen in Khartoum with the latest for us. Naba, thank you.
Thank you.